Other news at this hour, the South African Weather Service says it has received reports of snow. The peaks of the Southern Drakensberg temperatures plummeted as low as 0 degrees Celsius in some parts of KwaZulu-Natal overnight. Perhaps to help us understand these weather conditions over the weekend, we're going to be joined by meteorologist Annette Botha. Annette, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon, Liesel. Hope you're staying warm.
We're certainly trying navigating these extreme weather patterns. We're trying to also understand how best to navigate it. So with the low temperatures in most parts of the country, perhaps you could talk to us through how the situation looks like on the ground. And with cold fronts, what's the typical weather patterns associated with it?
So what happened is we actually had a cold front that swept across the country. So earlier the week, some light snow fell over the mountainous areas of the Western Cape, in Sutherland, some high-lying ground in the Karoo as well as the Eastern Cape. And as you've mentioned, snow has already fallen over the Southern Drakensberg and significant snowfall reported in Lesotho, especially in Afriski. There's also reports of some light snow near Golden Gate in the Free State, as well as the mountain passes near Harry Smith. So it's quite cold across the country. It's actually behind the cold front that we had a reaching high system and a very high upper level system working together. And that's actually pushing in the subpolar cold air across the country, responsible for the drop in temperatures, widespread showers, even a few thunderstorms this Friday, and snow across South Africa.
Annette, I think the golden question at this point for a lot of people is how long is this cold front set to last? And for the rest of winter, can we expect more of this typical weather patterns?
So this system is clearing up much faster than the one we had about 2 weeks ago. There is still more showers and thunderstorms expected this Friday, especially in the Free State. Some of those storms will likely move over northwest Gauteng and into Limpopo. So it's still going to be cold this Friday with a few showers and an icy wind blowing and some snow over Lesotho. But then going into the weekend, it does seem like the system is quickly moving away. On Saturday morning, some cloud will still hang around, especially in the morning, but then later the sun will finally start to shine. Temperatures are battling to recover on Saturday. It will only peak at about 15 degrees over Gauteng and eastern South Africa. But then finally on Sunday, we are expecting sunny skies and temperatures will peak at about 20 degrees over the eastern areas. But then in the west, we have the next cold front arriving. It's actually a little bit weak, so it's only going to slide over the southwestern areas of South Africa. And to answer your question, Liesel, winter is still far from over, so we need to keep those winter warm jackets still nearby and also stay warm.
I appreciate you offering that information. I don't know if it's offered me some reprieve, but on that note, I wonder as we look at the provincial trends, the areas of concerns, perhaps even some policy shifts that we need to now make to mitigate against the impact of load shedding during these cold weather season, and really what the reality is on the ground for some people. Do you perhaps also have tips for them to navigate it better?
I think the best I can actually give as a tip as a meteorologist is always to keep the forecast at bay and be sure to know when these types of extreme drops in temperatures are coming along, because it can be very dangerous not only for us humans but also for our pets and for small stock and also vulnerable crops. So if you know what you can expect, at least you can prepare for what's coming. So keep a close eye on the forecast and then at least you'll know to prepare for the cold to come.
Annette, thank you for your time with us here on the SABC and perhaps really giving us the reality on the ground and really how we're going to navigate the rest of this winter season. Annette Botha is a meteorologist. There are some cold conditions expected for various parts of the country for the weekend. So she's obviously urging us all to stay warm and cozy and really just looking at some of the ways to achieve that.